The new season for House of the Dragon, season 2, apparently, according now to HBO, is coming in the summer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Baby.
Stoked for
Let's
this.
go.
I mean, there was a lot of apprehension amongst the fans and everybody when House of the Dragon was coming out, because for some reason that is still beyond me. Not everybody appreciated the final season or two of Game of Thrones, which I thought was remarkable. Not the best seasons that they've. I don't believe it's the best seasons they did, but I thought it was pretty freaking awesome. Anyway, that being said, a lot of people were disappointed with the final couple of seasons or final season of Game of Thrones, and so there was understandably a lot of skepticism with House of the Dragon coming out. You hear, oh, this is going to suck, and I'm not even going to bother. What, how many headlines did we see about that? How much stuff do we see about that, right? And listen, even me, who did like the last couple seasons of Game of Thrones, because I didn't have any pre-existing expectations. But even somebody like me, I had my doubts. I really did. It's like, how's this going to be? And so when it debuted, I watched with great interest and a lot of questions. And it was remarkable. House of the Dragon is simply one of the greatest things on television right now. I mean, I know it's not airing at the moment, but it's in between seasons. And week after week, it never disappointed. It fed off all the best parts of Game of Thrones, and it elevated other elements. It was just phenomenal. And they didn't overdo it with any one thing. The dragons were fabulous. The inter-family drama was fabulous. The performances were fabulous. And the worst part of House of the Dragon was the season ending. That's it. Like, what? There's not another episode I can watch next week? And I know there were some people, because they didn't do it in episode 1, but in episode 2, after the HBO symbol goes down, the HBO symbol goes down, and then that music came. Bum, 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 bum. Some people were pretty upset that they actually went back and used Game of Thrones music. And I remember Rob and I talked about, no, you don't understand. That's not Game of Thrones music. That's Westeros music. That's what that is. And nothing, I remember when those musical notes hit, my whole of my being was just teleported right back there to the Seven Kingdoms. I was right in there, and it was glorious. Now, some people may ask, well, wait a minute. There have been strikes going on. There's all this stuff. How can they possibly have this show ready to air? Well, this comes to us from the folks over at CBR who write the following. Variety has reported that season 2 of the Game of Thrones spinoff will be premiering in summer of 2024 on HBO and Max. The announcement was made by network chief Casey Bloys when not busy trolling fake social media accounts. Anyway, we'll go into that another time. At a press event for season 2, where he also screened the first trailer of the upcoming season. Unfortunately, that trailer is under embargo, and they're not going to release it for a little while still. Anyway, but there is a trailer for season 2 right now. While many movies and TV shows have been postponed because of the industry strikes, House of the Dragon was not affected. The show's scripts had already been completed prior to the writer strikes, while the cast members are under a contract with the UK's Equity rather than with SAG-AFTRA. And of course, the UK Equity thing has not been under strike. It wasn't a SAG-affiliated thing, so they've been able, while the strikes were going on, to just finish shooting, do whatever reshoots they had to do, and they're ready to come out, and it's coming out in summer. So 7 or 8 months, anywhere between 6 and 8 months away. They didn't give a specific date. But guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of today's video, Mint Mobile. Signing your life away to a big wireless provider is kind of like being trapped on a roller coaster from hell. Sure, it looks like fun at first. They probably even threw in a free phone, but now you can't get off. Month after month of insane bills and unexpected thrills, like overages and surprise fees. If that sounds like your current big wireless plan, it's time to get off the ride with Mint Mobile. For a limited time, wireless plans from Mint Mobile are just $15 a month. That's unlimited talk, text, and data for just $15 a month. You guys know before I came to Mint Mobile, I was paying triple what I am paying now on the standard big wireless plan, and I will never go back. All plans come with unlimited talk, text, and high-speed data delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. Use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and bring your phone number along with all your existing contacts. To get your new unlimited wireless plan for just $15 a month and get the plan shipped right to your door for free, go to mintmobile.com/Campea. That's mintmobile.com/Campea. Cut your wireless bill to just $15 a month at mintmobile.com/Campea. I gotta tell you, Chris, Last of Us Season 2, and that's it. Like, in the absolute top echelon of the things that I am, Boys Season 4 too, but the Boys Season 4, Last of Us Season 2, and this Season 2. I mean, these are the things that have me most excited about television right now. And I was really worried we were going to hear 2025, because I think that's when Last of Us Season 2 is not going to come out until. It's coming out this summer. I'm stoked. What do you think about the news, and are you surprised?
Absolutely thrilled about this. And just to clarify too, for anyone who hasn't been watching this show recently, we've talked about too the equity versus SAG before in the past because of labor laws in the UK. If the equity actors were to strike in solidarity with our actors union, that is actually a huge issue. That is unlawful for them to do because it's considered a secondary action. So that's why they can continue working and you guys still get some tasty content. Yay! I'm really hyped about this because I love Last of Us so much, but as I learned last year, I can't watch that show at a viewing party with people. I'm gonna cry too much. It got to the point with my viewings where all of us were like, we don't want to watch this together. We all want to watch this in our homes separately under blankets, sobbing. Whereas House of the Dragon, that was a super fun Game of Thrones kind of ride of still watching it together, speculating, talking about the characters that you don't like. You know, it's
Most
Succession.
of them.
Most of them, honestly. It's Succession with dragons. It's incredible storytelling. It's a really wonderful political show that just happens to be in the world of fantasy to make that kind of political power grab a bit more palatable for some of us nerds. Because sometimes, I gotta be honest, Succession, I'd be like, I understand, but also could we not talk about the inner workings of business? Could we just shift a little bit? Here, at least, I can get distracted by a dragon fight. I love it.
I wouldn't be surprised with the obvious lack of movies coming up in the next few months if HBO doesn't work with theaters to air some of these back to back, theaters.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
I know the theaters would love that. The problem, of course, will be, will Max want that? Because Max will want every single set of eyeballs on Max that they can, as opposed to going out to a movie theater to see it. But I know you're right, the theaters would love it. One of the most badass moments, I mean, we see these great badass moments, whether it's Joel killing a bunch of people or some great badass moments in Arcane or something like that. But to me, one of the single most badass moments in all of television, and it's very disturbing to watch, but the lead girl just had a baby. And she has to, while still bleeding, walk through the palace and upstairs because the queen asked to see the baby. And she's like, I ain't going to show weakness. And boom, I'm like, holy crap. That is badass. That was it was very disturbing. I don't want to see it again.
No. This show has made it so clear that I am not a person who wants to do that.
Medical technology has come a long way.
It has. I know I'm not going to have to traverse the stairs and show off my baby as if they are simple.
But you should.
You're not going to have to greet the CEO of the hospital.
Everyone's going to be like, that Chris Carr's a weak bitch.
The CEO
she didn't bring her baby out.
Insists on christening every baby, so you have to march up there.
But it does do such a good job, though, of being like, this is horrifying. This is so horrifying.
I mean, one of the things they did too was, and some other shows set in fantasy time periods don't do as good of a job. One of the things House of the Dragon did really well was there are several reasons why living in an age like this would really suck. Want to have a baby? That's a coin toss as to whether you live or die.
Yep.
You never know. It's just, oh my God, the show is so good. And Matt Smith, well, no, forget, I'm not going to list off specific names. Everyone in the show is so good.
Everyone is. But Matt Smith and Patty are so incredible.
Patty didn't get an Emmy nomination.
Patty was fucking robbed.
My Prince,
he really should have got who? Oh, Damon?
Yeah.
Prince.
I love that.
Oh, yeah.
I hated him after the first episode. I was like, I don't like this guy. And then all of a sudden, just his mannerisms when all the drama would go on, just the way he would just sit in the back and just like smirk. I was like, this is the type of guy that he doesn't involve himself in that stuff. Like, I love that part about him. But yet he's still scheming himself.
Yeah,
you know.
but apparently, from what I heard, he goes real dark the next season. Well, we'll see though. It's gonna be
You
awesome.
better
either
live
way.
though.
Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.